I'm Jay Nabnet, and in this video I will be explaining the difference between advertising on Facebook and advertising through Google AdWords. There are certain similarities between the two. First of all, both Facebook ads and Google AdWords are pay-per-click or PPC. They both allow you to set a cost per click, otherwise known as a CPC, and a budget. Both will show ads, which pay the highest most often. Both allow you some degree of targeting, and both have different ad types, which enables you to match the ad to the target audience. But that's about where the similarity ends. So let's take a look at some of the key differences between advertising on Google AdWords and advertising on Facebook ads. Now, when someone does a search on Google, ads are shown in the SERPs, or the search engine result pages. Until recently, the search engine results page had a right-hand column for ads. Now the ads are primarily across the top of the results page. The ads usually have a small display title stating that they're ads or sponsored results. And you can also show an ad on somebody else's website via Google AdSense program. This is very similar to the ads you'll find on here in the search engine, except that they are just on individual websites all across the internet, meaning you can reach a very wide audience with Google AdWords. AdWords are also the best known and most respected form of pay-per-click advertising, but they are also the most highly competitive or costly ads as well. Facebook ads, by comparison, are seen only on Facebook and Instagram now that Facebook has acquired it. This means you will not have as wide of an audience, so it is not as expensive, well, most of the time. The thing about Facebook ads and where Facebook ads really score over Google AdWords is that they offer more precise targeting, especially when you're advertising on Facebook itself. Let me give you an example of how this works. Let's say, for example, you have a store selling wedding dresses. You can set it up so that only women who list their status as being engaged and living within a certain distance of your brick and mortar store are going to see that ad. Other women who live within that certain radius but listed themselves as single or married already normally would not be interested in wedding dresses. Subsequently, they are not going to see your ad. At the same time, women who are engaged but live farther away than the distance that you've set, and therefore you know it's too far for them to go and pay a visit to your wedding shop, well, they are not going to see your ad either. You can really drill down and really make sure your target audience actually sees your ad. Another example of this, let's say if you run a site on giving dating tips for guys, you can make sure that only men who list themselves as single with maybe executive or CEO positions will see your ad. Men who listed themselves as being married or in a relationship, they are not going to see your ad at all. And that's good because they're most likely not going to be interested in buying your ebook or signing up to your membership site for dating tips. This is where Facebook advertising really scores. It's because you can really zero in on a very, very specific type of person you want to target or your ideal customer. You can decide what he or she is, and then you can make sure that only those people who fit the very narrow criteria see your ad, and therefore they are more likely to buy your product or service, and you are more likely to make a successful sale. The biggest difference, though, between Facebook and Google advertising is that when people do a search on Google and see an AdWords ad, they are actively looking for something. Think about when you go to Google and you type in your search term. This is because you are looking to find something, correct? Next, you see the result and you see the AdWords targeted for that search or the sponsored results. On the other hand, people come to Facebook to connect with friends and not specifically to buy products or services. Therefore, you must use your Facebook ad to create demand and not just satisfy it. And that right there is the biggest difference in marketing on Google and Facebook. So you really need a different type of advertising strategy when you're advertising on Facebook compared to advertising on Google AdWords. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. In our next video, I will be explaining the massive benefit Facebook has over all other forms of online advertising.